With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series fires things off for round 17 in the 26-week regular season right here from Nashville Super Speedway. 150 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. A little bit of a light crowd here tonight. Sold out packed house to watch 12 drivers vie for the checkered flag. Qualifying already underway. Nobody with a time lap just yet. There you can see track temperature 99 degrees on this concrete surface. It looks like we will not have a repeat winner, as Maxwell Castro went to victory lane last week at Sonoma. Not here tonight, not making the trip to Nashville Super Speedway, so he's not going to have an opportunity or a chance to go back to back. And as drivers begin to turn in some of those time lapse, what do you say we go ahead and throw that qualifying information up to the left-hand side of your screen? Fast time here tonight in qualifying. Quick time belongs to Jordan Warwick, front of the field in his Chevy Z01 Camaro. Warwick laying down a 30:35 for the quick time. John Tiller right behind him. Robert Shin rounding out your top three. And tonight could have possibly been a big points night for a lot of different drivers, but a lot of drivers not making the trip here to Nashville Super Speedway, electing to look forward to the upcoming events of Road America, Atlanta, New Hampshire, coming at you in the next few short weeks. Hope everybody's had a good night. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We're going to try to give these fans in the stands a little bit of a show here tonight. Warwick still sitting top of the speed charts with that 30:35 as the quick time here tonight. Wesley Jeanette has a crack at it. He's going to go second on the speed charts, just a little bit off. There you see Matthew Baker going for it, and Jaden Gimbel going to go top of the speed charts. He's almost going to crack into that 29-second barrier. Matthew Baker also dethroning Jordan Warwick. Tyler Gentry ran a faster time as well. So three drivers rapid fire right there coming across the line. Gimbel now leads the field with that 30.03. Where does Baker go? Second time lap. Gimbel not any faster. Does Baker have anything left in his machine? And no, not gonna do it. Jaden Gimbel will walk away with the pole position here tonight. There's only one driver out there left putting in a time lap. That's that 88 of Christopher Whitaker. He's looking to dethrone the king at the front. With just about 60 seconds remaining, Whitaker gonna slot 7th with his first time lap, a little bit off pace. There you can see it just about a quarter of a second, so he's gonna have to make up a big gain on his second lap, and it looks to be a common theme here tonight. Lap number 1 is the quick lap, so it's gonna be hard pressed for Whitaker to dethrone him. And I believe that just about may be it. Whitaker will turn in a quicker time for his second time lap, but he will not go top of the speed charts. Jaden Gimbel grabs the pole position. With that being said, we're going to step away trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Jets flying over here in Nashville. A handful of drivers already in their starting spots, getting ready to go. Racing here tonight from Nashville. 150 laps in the official scheduled race distance. We will see stage number 1 come to a close at lap number 25, stage 2 at lap number 50. So some quick rapid fire stages before we run that long 100 lap final stint. And it looks like drivers beginning to make their way to their starting position. So we'll transition a little closer to the track. You can see a handful of spots still missing the drivers. Jordan Warwick yet to come through pre-race inspection. Eric Hegdahl on the 70 machine also sitting in pre-race tech. As we await for those drivers to hit the starting grid. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and give you a little bit of points rundown heading into tonight's race. 16 races in our back pocket. Nicholas Pressey leading the point standings there. You can see him with a 4-point lead over Jaden Gimble. Those two separating themselves pretty well against Tommy Schaefer and Ryan Farrell. So big gaps back from there on out. Your top 10 pretty solid in the championship point standings as well. We'll get into a little bit more of that over the course of the next handful of weeks. But as all the drivers have reached the starting grid, all the fans begin to head to the seats. The bells begin to ring in the background. You know those familiar sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup right here from Nashville Super Speedway. Grabbing the pole position, starting inside row number 1 inside of the 81 machine, Jaden Kimball leads him off of pit road. Matthew Baker fast once again. Baker gonna put his 26 machine outside pole position. Row number 2, the 88 of Christopher Whitaker in the 7 of Tyler Gentry. Jordan Warwick and Wesley Jeanette roll off in row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight, Eric Hegdahl and Jason Blaney. Tyler Gentry, Christopher Stange rounding out your top 10. 71 filling in here tonight for a fellow driver. So Stange going to look to see what he can get done, mixing it up for the first time with these IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series drivers. Robert Shen, Ryan Farrell round out your running order here tonight. Big tip of the cap to our fellow race control and admin just down the hall, Joey McKinney. A big shout out to you. Hope you have an easy night over there, my man, and we'll send you some pizza and beverages here very shortly. That's going to do it for your starting lineup. Drivers ready to go. Green flag racing this time around. We'll transition to your race leader. And pace cars down and away. Music fades away. They're in the Geico restart. And green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Nashville Speedway. A little bit tongue-tied there on the start, but nonetheless, Jaden Gimble up through the gears. Already begins to separate himself. Matthew Baker, Christopher Whitaker still in third. Your top 3 remain right where they qualified. A little bit of a battle right here with that 41 of Warwick. He's going to look to the inside of the 7 of Tyler Gentry. Not get there. 2 Swift home buyers. Machines lined up inside, outside of each other. They're splitting. Whoa. Gimble with issues. Jaden Gimble has trouble. Oh no, Jaden Gimble with some trouble. He's going to go all the way back to the tail end of the field. Wonder if there was a starting violation. And having to go to the tail end of the field, the 81 machine, he's going to have a long way ahead of him. A long night now in front of this 81. Fortunately enough, he knows he's going to catch a break at lap number 26. When that stage caution flies, lap 25, we do apologize. First stage will come to an end down lap 25. Lap number 3 comes on the board. Your point standings, your race order looks a little something like that to the left-hand side of your screen. But just Gimble with that big-time moment, having to head to the tail end of the field. We'll have to get a hold of race control and see if we can find out what happened, what went on there to force Gimble to go all the way to the tail end of the field. But nonetheless, we've still got some great battles right here mid-pack. Eric Hegdahl, Jason Blaney mixing up. Robert Shin A little bit off right there in that 5 machine. You can see him just off in the background. 17 of Blaney trying to get around Hegdahl. Tyler Gentry right there as well. Top 3 separating themselves just slightly from the rest of the field. We remain green flag racing here. Lap number 5 underway. Back down into turns 1 and 2. Matthew Baker showing the way. The 70 of Eric Hegdahl still under fire. He's got the 17 of Jason Blaney still right beside him in a battle for second now as Warwick looks to the inside of Christopher Whitaker. That's going to let Baker scoot off into the sunset just a little bit more. He's going to like what he sees in his rear view mirror. And I tell you what, let's go up here. Let's take a little look off of the right side off. Oh, well, let's go on board. What do you say? There's an onboard camera shot with your race leader, Matthew Baker, inside of his 26 Chevy Z01 Camaro. There's that rear deck lid camera looking back at the battle behind him. Christopher Whitaker and Jordan Warwick going at it and getting smaller and smaller lap after lap. Baker beginning to step away. Let's go back to the battle. Let's head back here with Tyler Gentry. Gentry looking to make his way around onto the high side, squeeze himself in there. That's going to leave Hegdahl no choice but running that inside, or Jeanette, I apologize. Wesley Jeanette, no choice but to run the inside lane. And now Hegdahl, he's going to try on the inside as well. So he's going to open up the door for a fellow competitor. Tyler Gentry making some moves here. Big move now out of the 73 machine. Warwick, man, what happened with Warwick battling right there with Whitaker? Now they're just falling like a rock right now. Wesley Jeanette able to make up a handful of positions right there. Jeanette gonna cruise right into second as Baker continues to build upon that lead. 2.5 second plus advantage for race leader Matthew Baker. Started second position here tonight outside pole. And with Gimbal on the brakes early in turn number 1, Baker hasn't looked back since. And no need, no harm, no foul. Let's keep it out front. Clean air is king, especially here at Nashville Super Speedway. So there you go. Just like that, Baker looks to reel in, wind down stage number 1 early here tonight. Looking to put some bonus points in his back pocket. Meanwhile, the 88 and the 74 going at it. Whitaker on the bottom of the racetrack trying to get that Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Carol's Sausage and Country Store machine into the second position, and he's going to do so with a fair amount of ease. Way up the track goes the 7. He's going to go to the high side. Will it pan out? Will it work out? No. We've seen it happen in on Sunday night, or late Sunday night when they finally got back racing here at Nashville in the NASCAR series. The high side really worked there on the restarts, but right now just doesn't seem the place to be for that 7 of Tyler Gentry. He's going to lose a position now, back up to 6th as he battles side by side with Jordan Warwick, who's starting to fall through this field, this mid-race run, the mid-race speed. Lacking a little bit for that target 41 machine. And we just got a big group of cars all right here running with each other. Second all the way really back to about 12th position. I mean, everybody's right here within just a handful of tenths or so of each other. So the entire field all knotted up right here with each other as Matthew Baker just absolutely gone at this point in time. Baker's mom out there in the chat. Let's go, Baker. And, well, there you go. He went. Over a 3-second advantage now for that 26 machine. He doesn't have anything to worry about except keeping it nice and smooth, keeping it out of that outside wall. There you can see the rest of the field. Very hungry pack of drivers, but they are very far behind and continue to lose about a tenth or so a lap here. So Baker, even though he's got that big advantage, he's not letting up just yet. We'll go back through the field once again. Battle still on track between Tyler Gentry and now Christopher Stange right there on his inside. And Tyler Gentry with a big moment through 3 and 4 last time around has found himself all the way back running 12th on the track, last in the running order here. And he was just battling about 10 laps ago, battling for a spot inside of the top 5. So it looks like momentum very big, very key here tonight. The 43 of Ryan Farrell looks to the inside of Warazik. He's going to grab that 5th position away. Move Farrell up a 7th spot now. He's your biggest mover of the night so far. Jeanette looking good in that 74 machine. A little bit of contact bad of Warazik on that left rear quarter panel. That sent Jeanette up the track. Gonna open up the door for the 41. Warazik looking down on the inside of the turn number 1. Not gonna have enough to get there. Jeanette gonna stay close through the corner, not really side drafting, just enough for to give that 41 a little bit of trouble, but he's got the speed, he's got the drive off, and he'll complete the pass back into turn 3. A little further back through the field. What do you say we go back here with the 77 of John Tiller? He's got Jaden Gimbel, your pole sitter, who's made his way back up through the field. A little bit of contact with Christopher Stange right there. That Ford Mustang driver sitting in the 9th position. A good run, solid run for him so far here tonight. Everybody still on the lead lap. We've been clean and green all night long here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. You know, we're going to begin to start mentioning that playoff picture. We're going to begin to start mentioning those drivers locked into the championship chase already. Multiple drivers with race wins in their back pocket, already looking forward to the playoffs. We've had 11 different race winners. Out of those 11, 10 of them, 9 of them, I apologize, locked in to the championship chase. Joel Connolly, an alternate driver heading to victory lane early this season. He will not be locked into the championship as an alternate driver. We've got one driver that needs just a couple more starts to get himself in the right positioning in order to secure that lock-in situation for him and his crew. So as we begin to run down these final 10 races to the end of the regular season, drivers around that 16th spot in the point standings. That's where it's going to get really interesting. That's where things are going to get dicey. And over the course of the next handful of weeks, we'll begin to cue in, zone in on that situation to bring you those hot and heavy battles to see who will fight for the championship this season with the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, let's go back to this battle between Christopher Whitaker and Ryan Farrell. Second and third on the racetrack. Farrell takes that 2nd spot away, and these two have closed the distance to Baker. Could Baker possibly be taking it easy here, making sure he doesn't overdrive the car, making sure he doesn't wear out the brakes? Because believe it or not, here at Nashville Super Speedway, well, it's not quite a super speedway. It's very fast to be 1.3 miles, to be a mile in a third, basically. Very fast times, very quick lap time here at Nashville. But it races. You can get some draft like you can at a super speedway, but these corner entries definitely race different than what we see at Talladega and Daytona. So it's not a true super speedway per se. Maybe, possibly, depending on your definition. Gaps developing between a handful of drivers now. Ryan Farrell able to separate himself from Christopher Whitaker, but the man at the front, Matthew Baker, it's Sunday drive on Easy Street right now. Baker over a 3-second lead. He's lost some time here. He's given up about half of that race advantage, but we're coming down to the final. About 2 laps here in stage number 1. We'll cross the line this time by lap number 24 goes on the board. Stage caution will fly at a lap number 25. And these Pinkett Ford Cup Series drivers will bring the machines to the attention of their crew. Or will we see some of these drivers possibly roll the dice? With only 12 drivers slotted in the field here tonight, I don't think there's reason enough to gamble, especially not at this point in time. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out. Baker going to come out of turn number 4. See that green and white checkered flag. He's still got Ryan Farrell hot on his trail, though. Farrell just about a second behind here. And there it is. Stage caution flies here at Nashville Super Speedway, so field will come to a crawl, and there you have it. Man on screen leading every single lap here in stage number 1, walking away with the stage win. He's going to have a handful of extra points in his back pocket. Playoff picture looking a little bit sweeter for Matthew Baker. He's looking to collect a second race win so far this season. We'll see if this stage win parlays itself into a race win a little bit later on tonight. And as we find ourselves under caution for the first time, we're going to step away, pay a few bills with a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Nashville Super Speedway. And back trackside here at Nashville Super Speedway as the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series drivers make their way off of turn number 2 back behind the iRacing pace car. Lights are off. We're ready to fire things off once again here tonight with the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer. Comprised of 4 family members, 3 cousins, as well as a daughter, touching 3 out of these 4 women, so they know what breast cancer is all about. They've got some great tips, some great knowledge, some great organizations and information for you if you're looking for something. So if you want a little bit of help, you're looking to help out, you can head right over there, donate. They are a 501 approved and 501c3 nonprofit organization. So keep that in mind, and we go back green flag racing here tonight with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Once again, that's pinkettford.org. Back on the gas after being fast off of pit road and snatching that race lead away. Ryan Farrell leads the way off of turn number 1 down the backstretch. He's already got a half a second advantage. And he's going to look to parlay that into a little bit more stage points. We'll have to wait a little while to see how it all shakes out for him here. Quick stage number 2. As stage number 2 will come to a close at lap number 50, so we're already only about 20 laps away. Drivers definitely going to be able to get to the end of stage number 2 without having to come to pit road. We'll see if your pole sitter can get any closer to the front of the field. Jaden Gimbel already back, cracking into the top 5. Sitting right there in that 4th position. There you can see already on the back end, on the tail end of that 41 target of Jordan Warwick. Warwick, he's been running well tonight. Struggled with that mid-run pace in stage number 1. We'll see if he got the crew chiefs to correct that for him. But now Ryan Farrell under fire from Jason Blaney, the Swift home buyers. The 17 looking for the front of the field. Back across the start-finish line, coming right at you. Field all under a blanket. Everybody running within 2 seconds of each other. Hot and heavy action there with the 41 and the 81. Warwick and Gimbel going at it. 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. Side-by-side battle for 1st and 2nd. Farrell on the bottom. Farrell on the top. And, oh, we got 3 wide. Farrell on the top. And, oh, boy. Sticking it in the middle is Blaney. And he shoots out of there like a cannon. And he'll take that top spot away. Warwick looking for 2nd position now. Down onto the inside of the racetrack. Can Farrell keep him pinched down? As Gimbel just waiting in the wings. Looking for a way by. Can your pole sitter get back or around? Big battle for that 2nd position right here with some very fast drivers. Look at all 4 of them all over each other. 2, 3 wide through the tri-oval. Gimbel moves to 2nd, excuse me, as Matthew Baker takes over to 3rd. Warwick's going to drop back to 4th. Ryan Farrell, who was your race leader, now sits all the way back in 5th. And we've got a new race leader at the front of this field once again. That's going to be our 4th lead change. 4 different race leaders. We've been clean and green all night long. Just 1 stage break caution so far here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. And a lot of great racing action here all over this track. Blaney enjoys that clean air. He's starting to step away just a little bit. Ryan Farrell losing that front pack. There you can see Farrell beginning to lose touch with the 41 of Warwick. Eric Hegdahl right there, right behind him. Wesley Jeanette in 7th. Robert Shin back in 8th. Christopher Stange with the 9th position. And Christopher Whitaker, who was running near the front of this field. He's dropped 7 spots here tonight. Whitaker mired back in traffic, holding down that 10th position. A little bit of a wiggle there by Stage. He's gone a little out of shape after contact with the apron through the corner. That's going to open up the inside, and the 88 will take that spot away. Digging down to the inside, John Tiller sees the door open. He's going to walk right on through it. Will Tyler Gentry look to do the same? Yes, side by side now as Gentry goes to the bottom. It's not always about what's at the front. Sometimes you got to watch the back to find some great racing action right here. Christopher Whitaker keeping John Tiller at bay for the moment. These 3 drivers mixing it up as they slowly walk away from that 71 of Stange. The only Ford driver in the field finds himself lonely at the tail end of this long pack of Chevy Z01 Camaros. Not a single Toyota in sight. And tonight, everything felt right. No, I'm just kidding. Back at the front, though. Let's go back up here. Second, third, fourth have reeled in race leader Jason Blaney, and we're going to have a 4-car shootout for the top spot for the Stage 2 win here. Just about 12 laps remaining in stage number 2. We'll cross the line this time by Jason Blaney. Begins lap 39. Going to try to continue to bring all the great action to you here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway. Great racing action inside your top 4. Got some battles raging on 6th and 7th on the racetrack. 8th and 9th going at it as well. 10th, 11th, 12th. They're still all over each other. Gentry, Tiller, and Stange still going at it. So are we seeing any strategy here? Stage number 2, a little bit shorter, race fans. If you look at the lap count, lap number 25, lap number 50, well, these drivers do a handful of laps under. Oh, and we got trouble! We got trouble at the front of the field, and caution flies for the first time here tonight. Oh, no, involving your race leader, Jason Blaney. And there you can see in that Swift Home Buyer 17 machine damage on the right side of his car. And we're waiting to see if we can get that one queued up. Did we got it? Looks like they're giving us a thumbs up on that. So let's go check it out on the replay from the Turn 3 drone cam. Oh, just up the track and into the 81 of Jaden Gimbel. Gimbel able to drive away from this one as the 17 comes to a crawl. He's going to rip it right on around and get going once again. But let's try to check this out one more time. Let's try to see what happened here. Get a little different vantage point on it. And yeah, just up the track. The 17 just goes way up the track and into the 81 of Jaden Gimbel. So a little bit of a heartbreak for your pole sitter as he's heading down pit road. That's going to put the field back in the hands of Matthew Baker once again. Yet another lead change here tonight. 5th lead change on the evening. Man, hard impact for that 17 of Jason Blaney as well as Jaden Gimbel. Both of them very fast here tonight. Blaney has been inside of your top 5 all night long. Was your race leader at the time of the incident. Jaden Gimbel, your pole sitter, ran his way back up through the field. Started back inside the top 5 here at the beginning of stage number 2. It was knocking on the door of leading the race. Again, since the first time of the drop of the green flag. But unfortunately, contact between himself and the 17. The outside wall involved as well. And Gimbel bearing a little bit of the brunt of that one. The 81 stuck on pit road. 17 of Blaney also down there on pit road. Matthew Baker leading the field here under caution. So I tell you what, while we've got some time under caution, why don't we go back to some of those point standings we were talking about earlier here tonight. There you can see where it's going to get really interesting over the course of the next handful of weeks. You got to look right there around 13th with Matthew Montgomery, Jim Hunt, Tyler Gentry, Chad Hitchcock, Brandon Key, Maxwell Castro. That's one of the drivers not necessarily secure. He's got 2 race wins in his back pocket. But he is still in a little bit of danger. I tell you what, we'll scroll just one more time right there. Let's leave it right there, guys. You can see Tyler Brown. Outside shot looking in. He's sitting just, what is that, about 39, 40 points behind the cutoff line, that 16th position. So these group of drivers right here are going to be the drivers that we really have to keep our eye on over the course of the next handful of weeks. Brendan Key with a race win. Patrick Gaspar also with a race win. So Key, Gaspar, all right there on the on the inside, just barely with that race win. We're going to have to see what the future holds over the course of these next 10 weeks. Who's going to make it in? Who's going to be stuck outside in the cold looking at these drivers vie for a championship trophy. And there you can see already field back double file, so we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing this time by. First caution of the evening, iRacing pace car down and away. Field heads to the Geico restart box, and Gimbal jumping out of line there. And green flag flies as Baker nails the gas. We're back underway. Back underway with a short shootout here to end stage number 2. Who's going to walk away with the stage win? Can Baker go 2 for 2 so far here tonight? Close little battle, second, third, fourth between Gentry, Farrell, and Warwick. And how about the turnaround there for Gentry in this stage break, man? Or I apologize, this caution during stage number 2. Stage break coming up here in just a handful of laps. Really turning his night around. He was just near the tail end of the field, and now right there running in second, he's got a very fast Ryan Farrell right behind him. 41 of Jordan Warwick running in tow. Stange with a leap inside of the top 5 as well. He'll sit in that 5th position. Eric Egdahl will take that spot away down on the inside of the racetrack. You can see that 70 Swift home buyers machine hugging that white line through these corners. Farrell secures that 2nd position. Tyler Gentry going to drop back to 3rd, side by side for 4th. Egdahl looks to finish stage number 1 with a podium spot. Can he get up there and bump Gentry off? Close battle all over the track. We'll cross the start-finish line, head down towards turn number 1. There goes the entire field. What a beautiful sight here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway. Drivers making their way off of turn number 2, coming down the back stretch and into turn number 3. Side-by-side racing action for your race lead off of turn number 4. We've got contact in the back start-finish line. Where are they going to come out here? Looks like they got it saved in the back. I don't know how they saved that one. They somehow kept that thing heading in the right direction. We stay green flag here towards the end of stage number 2, and Ryan Farrell makes his way back to the front, back to the race lead. 6th lead change of the night as we're looking at a possible new race leader once again. Eric Egdahl looking to take that top spot away. Egdahl down there on the bottom of the racetrack. That's where he's been since the restart. We see a little bit of damage on that right front. A little bit of damage on the right front, but it's not going to keep Egdahl down. He'll become our 5th different race leader. I apologize, our 7th different lead change here tonight. And did Farrell possibly run the rubber off of that right front? And just like that, snatching it in the short shootout to end the stage number 1, crossing the line. Stage number 2 crossing the line this time by. Lap number 50 goes on the board. And that's going to be it for stage number 2. Walking away with the stage win. Check him out, man, front and center. Right there on your screen, walking away with the stage 2 win. Eric Egdahl at a Traveler's Rest, South Carolina, just down the road a little bit. And that Asphalt Outlaws Racing Swift Home Buyers number 70, Egdahl, takes the stage win. Field comes to a crawl back behind the iRacing pace car as Eric Egdahl, your stage 2 winner, brings the field back to a crawl. And we will head down pit road this time by. There you can see the entire field begins to catch up. So with this opportunity, we're going to go ahead and take a brief commercial break, pay some of the few bills once again here tonight. Don't worry about a thing, though, race fans. You won't miss any of the action. We'll be back with all your green flag runs right here from Nashville Super Speedway. We rejoin your coverage here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway in the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series race number 17. First two stages are in the bag. We have just crossed the threshold of 100 laps remaining here tonight. Only one caution flag has flown. Two stage breaks, 7 different lead changes, 5 different race leaders. Eric Hegdahl, your stage 2 winner, will lead the field back to the Geico restart box. And down and away goes the iRacing pace car. Here we go. Green flag flies as Hegdahl nails the gas, snatches a gear, and gets going. And Whitaker caught sleeping on the restart, man. Oh no, that outside lane did not get going at all. Outside lane not getting going at all. That's going to bring a big stack up. Whitaker now battling with the 77 of John Tiller. Tiller side by side with Whitaker. They'll swap that 3rd and 4th position around. Robert Shin right there lurking in the background. Jaden Gimbel, the 81 machine, he's found a way back to just outside of your top 5. Your pole sitter looking to reclaim the top spot. Will there be enough time for Gimbel to make the passes needed? Gaggle of cars running all over each other. Your top 5, 6 all over each other right now. Top 2 have broken away. Tiller, Whitaker, Shin, Gimbel all over each other right here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th all running in a pack with each other. Tyler Gentry, he's got his own battle to worry about behind him. There's a 17 of Jason Blaney. Christopher Stange going at it. Wesley Jeanette, Ryan Farrell, very fast driver in the tail end of this field. Let's go back here with 3 wide. Baker at the bottom, Ryan Farrell in the middle. They'll sort that 3 wide battle out, go back double file as they work their way off of turn number 4 and back across the front stretch. Once again, lap number 57 now goes on the board. Eric Hegdahl still showing the way. Baker looking for a position on the stand-in driver. And Baker will take that spot away from stage. Ryan Farrell going to follow suit. Baker leading all of stage number 1. Led a handful of laps there in stage number 2. Looking like he could secure, possibly secure the most laps led here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway. We'll have to wait to see if that pans out and plays out for that 26. But a little bit of struggle for him back here in traffic. And I tell you what, let's go to a handful of onboard camera shots here tonight if we can. I tell you what, why don't we go back to where's Robert Shin running at? Let's see if we've got that 5 Machines cockpit view, and there you can see him toted up right behind the 88 of Christopher Whitaker. Whoa, Jaden Gimbel seizing the moment right there. Squeezing through on the end. Oh, repaying the favor. Sticking it in down there on the bottom. Not very happy possibly with that 81, and Gimbel going to get sent up the racetrack, and he's going to get sent back a handful of positions. Robert Shin driving down into the corner pretty deep. Tell you what, let's go back here on board with the 17 of Jason Blaney. Blaney sitting in the 8th position. The 7 of Tyler Gentry just off in front of him. Gentry in that Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boots and Buckshot Chevy Z01 Camaro. And Gentry has been running well here tonight. Finds himself just outside of the top 5 once again, but slowly reeling in the drivers in front. Tell you what, that's going to do it right here for the onboard camera shots for a little bit. For just a brief moment, let's jump back outside of the car. We've got fast drivers. Oh, there goes the 88. Christopher Whitaker with an off-track excursion. Parking lot's outside of the track, my man, not down there. Where you going? Looks like the valet got him his keys quick enough. He's back up to speed and back trying to run down these trio of drivers just off in front of him. Jaden Gimbel will pin it to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll make that pass. That's going to send the 17 back into the clutches of Ryan Farrell. Farrell able to make the pass on the inside as well, heading down into turn number 3. We've got more battles for position. Check out that 7 going to the inside of John Tiller. The 77 machine going to be left outside of the top 5. Now he's going to lose that position to Gentry. Gimbel and Farrell beginning to make their way back to the front. And you got to ask yourself, with that little bit of contact between Gimbel and Shin, will we see any retaliation? Will we see any animosity if Gimbel gets back to the tail end of that number 5 of Robert Shin? We seen the contact when we were on board with Shin. Will it play out to have retribution here tonight at Nashville? A little bit of a short track feel in a big boys world, and Ryan Farrell going to move that 43 to the bottom of the racetrack and trying to take that position away, but John Tiller fighting back lap after lap, not just rolling over. He's looking for that position, and I think that's what he needed right there. Ryan Farrell needed Tiller to have to burp the throttle just a little bit and let out of the gas just for a slight moment. Momentum king here at Nashville, believe it or not. Once you get this thing rolling and wound up, you don't want to come out of the gas once you get back in it, that's for sure. And just like that, Farrell has dumped Tiller behind in the 77 now. Sniffing a little bit of draft, but he's going to need some help to get back up to these front runners. Speaking of front runners, let's go back up here with your race leaders. Showing the way, Eric Hegdahl, driver out of Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Showing the way, walked away with the win at stage number 2. One stage number 2 and a quick little short lap shootout. Short track shootout. Short laps as well. Now, holding that race lead firm, can Hegdahl put it in victory lane for the second time this season. On the outside of that top 10 in the point standings, Hegdahl looking for a little bit of a shot in the arm, looking for something to jumpstart himself and that crew, that team, give him a little bit of momentum heading off into the July 4th weekend. Have to see how it goes. Showing the way, lap number 68 underway, this time by the Swift Home Buyers 70 of Eric Hegdahl, showing the way. Jordan Warazik right there in second. Matthew Baker in third. Tyler Gentry back in fourth. All of those drivers have a little bit of a gap between them. I tell you what, let's go back to your closest battles on track. Let's go back here. Tiller and Whitaker going at it. The 17 of Jason Blaney slowly starting to reel these two drivers in as they continue the side-by-side battle. That surge to the front has ended for Jaden Gimmel. The 81 slowing down just a little bit. He's mired back in traffic, sitting stagnant in 7th place right now as Ryan Farrell continues to scratch, fight, and claw his way back to the front. The 43 now back inside of the top 5. Farrell runs in 4th. Joining the battle just a little bit late, Ryan Farrell able to get by Tyler Gentry for that 4th position just about 2 laps ago, as lap number 70 now underway. Drivers slowly closing in on the halfway point here tonight. We've already had a lot of racing action here tonight, and we ain't even to the halfway point here. Race fans, you are in for an absolute treat. Whoever said you needed 40 out there on the track to make things interesting. A little bit of a short field here tonight for the sold-out, packed-out house here at Nashville Super Speedway. Nestled just outside of Nashville in Lebanon. And oh, we got trouble. We got big trouble. Oh, Robert Shin caught up and involved there. You can see coming to a crawl is the 77. He may have been caught up and involved in this one. Uh-oh, let's go to the replay. Let's see what went down. Let's see what brought the caution out for the 4th time here tonight. We'll check the replay, and a little bit of trouble, and yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, did you... Oh, that is a hard hit for that 77 of John Tiller, man. Nowhere to go, and he just plows right into the door. Oh, my gosh. Watch this hit for Tiller trying to miss... Oh, man. Trying to miss it. Did you see? All 4 tires come up off the ground. We're going to take one more look at it here. We're going to slow it down right as Tiller comes into the picture. And, oh, just 17 just barely going by, and Tiller, boom, nowhere to go. Ah, that is a hard one right there. And as we find ourselves under caution once again for the 4th time here tonight, we'll head back up front as drivers head down pit road. We're going to head to a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Nashville Super Speedway.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as promised, not missing any of the green flag action as field makes their way through 3 and 4. iRacing pace car lights are off. We're ready to drop the green flag once again. There goes the pace car. And here we go once again on the gas in 3, 2, 1. Green flag flies once again here from Nashville. Eric Hegdahl still your race leader, but now battling for second and third. Jaden Gimble and Jordan Warizik going at it side by side. Whoa, Gimble right across the nose of that 41. Close racing action here. Lap number 76 underway. We are just past the halfway point here tonight. So what do you say we go ahead and give you your mid-race report, your driver highlights and spotlights. Man showing the way. Leading the field, walking away with the stage win here tonight. Sitting in that top spot, the 70 of Eric Hegdahl. Hot on his trail, man, that walked away with the pole position here tonight has had himself a little bit of a night. Jaden Gimble now back inside the top 3. Gimble runs in second. Solid night all around for the driver inside of that 41. Target Chevy Z01 Camaro. Jordan Warizik goes flashing by our cameras. Warizik sits in third. Dominating stage number 1 here tonight out of Magnolia, Texas. Matthew Baker in the 26 machine. Looking to repeat what he was able to do in stage number 1, and that's walk away with a race win. Can Baker find a way to grab his second win on the season? And how about the fill-in driver, the only Ford in the field, Christopher Stang? With a good solid night here tonight. Started back in 10th, now running in that 5th position. And that's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. Why don't we give you the rest of the mid-race rundown? A little bit of house cleaning. 12 drivers on track here tonight. We've still got 10 of them out there on track. Robertson, John Tyler, caught up and involved with that heavy impact that brought out our 4th caution of the evening, and both of those drivers back onto pit road. Heavy damage for both of them. Ryan Farrell a little bit off pace here. Farrell way behind the field. And that's not like that 43. There may be a little bit of strategy being played out there right now because he's running a little bit off pace. It seems Ryan Farrell may be saving some fuel. And I believe we've called it already. I believe we heard Farrell cutting the car off last time around. I'll wait a little bit later to check in on that strategy, but back at the front, Eric Hegdahl continued to lead Jaden Gimble. 88 of Christopher Whitaker just off in the distance. Last driver on the lead lap running in that 10th position, but he's got race leaders bearing down on him rather quickly. Matthew Baker and Jordan Warizik going at it side by side. 3rd and 4th on the racetrack will cross the line. Lap number 82 goes on the board. Baker grabbing that position away from Warzik last time around. Move Baker back to the podium. Move Baker back to third. And there you can see the breakaway that the rest of this field has over Ryan Farrell right now, who's running in the 8th position, but he's already almost 4.5 plus seconds down on your race leader right now, running in that 8th position. Wesley Jeanette, still a buffer zone between himself and the race leaders. Jeanette running just about a half a lap down. What's happened to that 74? Let's go check in on him. Doesn't look like there's any damage on that 74. Just a little bit off pace. Had a little bit of a moment there on the drop of the green flag when we headed back racing. And Jeanette going to pay the price on that. He's a man all alone. But alone sometimes isn't necessarily such a bad place. You can find yourself staying out of trouble when you are all alone. So maybe this will come to be a fortuitous situation for Jeanette. We may see him at the front of the field. And remember this time right here on lap number 84 when he was a man in no man's land, all alone, solo down the backstretch. Meanwhile, back inside of the top 5, let's go back to this 3-car battle. The trio going at it once again. Your top 3 all fighting for a position. The next 3 in line going at it as well. Warzik, Stage, and Blaney all nose to tail. Tyler Gentry a little bit further back from them, sitting about a half a second back. But there you can see driver 1 lap down. He's up in the mix. He's trying to keep himself as close to the front of this field as possible. Christopher Whitaker rounding out your top 10. Jaden Gimbel losing a little bit of his thunder now. He ran all the way up there towards the top spot, was giving Hegdahl a handful for just a few laps. Since Baker has been able to get by, Warzik has been able to get by, and now Gimbel fades back to 4th as he run the good off of the tires already since the drop of the green flag just about 15 laps ago. And we know drivers can make it 26 laps easily on the tires and fuel. How far they can get it, we haven't had to press that issue yet here tonight. Stage number 1 coming to a close on lap number 25. Everybody was able to make it that distance. A little bit shorter go at it in stage number 2 with 1 caution during stage number 2. Gonna break that session up. We've had 2 cautions here, or 1 caution here in our final stage, I should say. Changing the fuel strategy game up as well. We see 1 driver already out there possibly playing a fuel game, possibly looking to extend his run in this opening stint to not have to go down pit road a second time for maybe 1 can of fuel. We're going to have to wait and see how it all plays out. I can tell you right now, these 3, they ain't saving nothing at the front. Eric Hegdahl, Matthew Baker, and Jordan Warzik separate themselves by 1.5. Baker on the hunt. Can he get there off of turn number 4? Gonna have a little bit of a look, but not enough to get the job done. Not enough to take it to the bottom and try that pass just yet. We'll jump on board here. We're gonna turn 3 gyro cam inside of that 26 of Matthew Baker looking out the windshield at Hegdahl in the rear view mirror. There you can see Warzik looking to take it to the outside. Just a little bit of a lane left open for Baker, inviting that 41 to go up there. I think that's gonna put that 41 in a little bit of dirty air. And you hear these drivers shifting. And oh, we got trouble. We've got trouble on the track. Oh no. Oh no. Ryan Farrell around and down. Villain driver. Hard impact with that inside safer barrier. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what... Oh, and Gimbel a little bit slow in the 71. Nowhere to go. Gets stacked up. Hard impact right there. Oh, my goodness. Let's take one more look at this if we can. There you can see Gimbel slow. Maybe trying to get to pit road. Let's see if we can look at that one more time here. And there you can see that's coming off of turn number 2. We'll continue to let this play out for just 1 second here. Trying to see what happened as everybody comes down pit road. Race leader Hegdahl brings the entire field down pit road, and I think the incident is going to be this following lap, this coming lap by this time around. Man, I don't know. Not sure what went on there. We'll head back to the front of the field. Nonetheless, Eric Hegdahl leads the field off of pit road. Contact there to the tail end of the 81 as Jaden Gimbel slow on the track at a turn 3 and 4. Right around that pit road, possible, entry to pit road spot. And that's going to put, man, Gimbel's already had a really rough go at it here tonight. That's going to make his car a little bit rougher. Ryan Farrell caught up and involved, but staying with nowhere to go. The 71, victim of circumstance, innocent bystander here tonight, collected. And that Ford Mustang will be toted behind pit wall. That's going to be an end to the night for the 71, and Christopher will walk away with 10th place points here tonight with his debut as a fill-in driver. That's got to be a tough thing when you come on board to fill in for a fellow competitor, a fellow driver in a different series here under the IVRL umbrella of series on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator, but jumping in the car for a driver, filling in, trying to get him as many points as you can, and then you got a night like this. Nothing you did wrong. And your night comes to an end a little bit early. A great opportunity to make up some points for that 71 crew. But unfortunately tonight it's not going to happen, and the 71 will walk away with possibly maybe 11th place here as Robert Shin has been able to get the hood closed finally, and he's going to get out on track. If he can meet the minimum speed requirements, he may be able to make up a handful of laps and leapfrog that 71 by the end of tonight's race. There's still plenty enough laps to get it done. Just have to see if that minimum speed is met by the 5 of Shin as the 71 already back behind pit wall. The 43 of Ryan Farrell, they're shaking their heads. We've seen a mechanic throw a wrench moments ago. That's going to be the end of the night for the 43 as well. Ryan Farrell's great run comes to an end. Farrell was very fast here tonight. It looked like he was playing a little bit of a strategy game with clutching into the corners already. And we'll never know if that strategy was going to work out or not. Now, looks like driver's going to be clean and clear with just one pit stop from here. Everybody will be able to make it to the end after that one pit stop. So, late race troubles for two drivers find themselves back behind pit wall, loading their torn-up machines back in the hauler. Ryan Farrell and Christopher Stang now out of the race here at Nashville Super Speedway side by side. Front of the field gets ready to go back. Green flag racing. We'll jump a little closer to the action. What do you say, race fans? At a 3 and 4, the pace car leads them back to the restart zone. Pace car out of the way. We're ready to get underway once again. Back on the gas, and green flag flies here from Nashville Super Speedway. And I tell you what, race fans, we haven't really brought it to you all night long. Let's go ahead and get it to you. Now we're going to mute the mics and we're going to turn it up here from Nashville. And we've got new race leader at the front once again. Back at the point, Matthew Baker will take that top spot away. That's going to give us our 9th lead change of the night amongst 5 different drivers. Baker back to the front of the field, right where he left off at the end of stage number 1. We cross the line this time by lap 100 goes on the board. Hot and heavy battle here for that 3rd, 4th, 5th position on track. Wesley Jeanette, Scott Tyler, Gentry, and Jordan Warwick right behind him. What happened to your race leader, Eric Egdahl? He has fallen from grace. Where's he at? There you can see him way off the pace. He's back here with Jaden Gimbel, 6th and 7th. They find themselves 7 and 8 seconds behind. They got a long night ahead of them now. Meanwhile, back at the front, let's stay with this battle here between the 74 and the 7 going at it. Warwick just off in the background. That is the lap car of Robert Shin trying to gain as many points positions as he can. There's at least 2 of them dangling out in front of him right now. If he can make up a handful of laps, or if he can go a handful of laps here without that engine expiring on him, he may be able to leapfrog his way into the 9th position. So there's always something to keep running. There's always a reason to keep your head down, elbows up, and get back out there on the track. And right now we may see that unfold for Shin. He may be able to walk away with a solid top 10 position after some heavy damage put him almost completely out of tonight's race. Big shout out to the pit crew down there on that 5 machine, able to get him back out on track. Meanwhile, battle has shifted. Looky here, looky here. There you can see that 73.5 of Robert Shin. He is a lap machine, but he is up in the mix, not scared to get the bumper dirty here at Nashville. We've seen Shin in trouble here tonight after spinning off of the nose of Jaden Gimbel. That brought out one of our caution flags tonight. Gimbel just off in the distance. We'll have to wait to see how that all plays out. Meanwhile, back at the front, the man showing the way here tonight has himself a half a second advantage over the 17 of Jason Blaney. Matthew Baker continues to show the way. Take a look with another onboard camera shot here with that 17 of Jason Blaney as he tries to run down your race leader, Matthew Baker. Back down the backstretch, back into turn number 3. Looks to be about a 4-5 car length advantage for Baker. Back outside of the race car we'll go, and I tell you what, let's transition back to this 3rd, 4th, 5th position battle. Drivers side by side. That's the 88 of Christopher Whitaker. Whitaker off of the lead lap. First driver listed off of the lead lap, running in that 8th position. And you know, I don't wanna jinx it here. But hey, Ma, we might have one. It might be top of the world, Ma, here for Matthew Baker. He may be able to walk away with the checkered flag in hand. We don't want to jinx it. There's still 42 laps remaining. A lot to go down. A lot could happen. We could see green flag pit stops determine the end of tonight's race. Everybody coming down to pit road on lap number 92. They're going to be able to carry this thing out to, I want to say, somewhere around lap 130 before they're going to have to head down pit road. So it's going to be an interesting little run here. The battle in the gap at the front has dissipated. Baker enjoys just a 2-second race advantage. We continue to watch this battle for 3rd and 4th for the time being between the 74 of Wesley Jeanette, who's turned his night around. Jeanette now up 3 positions from where he qualified outside of the top 5. Jeanette holds down the final spot in the podium positions. These two battling for positions sit about right around the 2-second mark. Back from the battle for the top spot there, you can see Matthew Baker continue to lead that 17 of Jason Blaney. The Swift Home Buyers 17 was involved with an on-track incident early here tonight, turned driver's side into that outside wall. He has since recovered very well, and now giving your race leader all he can handle. Matthew Baker, he's got company, and he's got a wily one behind him. You better watch out. Long night of racing for these drivers here in Lebanon, Tennessee. The Nashville Super Speedway, nestled just a handful of miles outside of the downtown Nashville area. If you're ever in the area, you got to get yourself downtown into Nashville. It is just as pumping as Memphis, if not a little bit more jumping. A lot of great things to check out in downtown Nashville. Definitely one of the things you got to get off of your bucket list. And if you haven't been to Nashville, great city, beautiful place. Home of country music stars left and right. You never know who you'll see bump into around the area. So keep your eyes peeled if you ever do go to Nashville. And I suggest you get here, and you get here next season, because the fans in the stands, man, they have been treated to a fire night here on this concrete surface, this 1.3 mile D-shaped oval. Really putting on a show for the fans in the stands and all you viewers out there on the YouTube side of things. Maybe you're joining us on Twitch. How about Facebook? Good look at all of you out there. Less than 40 laps to go. We've got a battle for the top spot. We've got a battle for 4th and 5th. Now Tyler Gentry, Wesley Jeanette going at it. 4th and 5th. Jordan Warazik, he's got to worry about Gentry getting to his rear bumper as well. And caution flag's going to fly. Caution flag flies for the 6th time here tonight. We've got trouble on the track. Looks like the 88 of Christopher Whitaker sideways with his Carroll Sausage Country Store. Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats 88 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Driver with a little bit of trouble, and I tell you what, let's go back, let's take a look, let's see what brought out our 6th caution of the night. Oh, there you can see, oh, Jeanette and Whitaker contact, oh no. What has happened to Wesley Jeanette? What put him into that scuffle there? Oh, and there you can see it just coming off of turn number 2. A little bit out of shape, and he's going to come down the track and collect that 88. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Coming in late, coming in hot. Catching a piece of that action, I believe that may have been Robert Shin right there, the 73. Yeah, the 73.5, he's going to catch a piece of that action, and whoop, there goes the wheel, there goes your crew chief, and there goes a tire changer for the next handful of weeks. So that's going to make Shin's Shin season a little bit rougher over the course of the next handful of weeks. And just like that, we find ourselves back under caution, and with, well, everybody down on the pit lane. Everybody going to get tires and fuel, and we're going to step away for our final commercial break of the night. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Backtrack side as the field heads through the choose line. We'll get double file. iRacing pace car lights are off. We're ready to fire off once again here tonight. Caution number 6 flies here from Nashville Super Speedway in the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series 4 on-track incidents, 2 stage break cautions here tonight in this 150-lap event. We are knocking on the door of just 30 laps remaining here tonight. Lap 119 will go on the board this time by iRacing pace car down and away. And here we go to the Geico restart box, and on the gas, green flag flies once again as that 17 of Jason Blaney takes the race lead, steps on the gas, moves away from the rest of the field. Battle for second and third now between Baker and Gentry. Gentry going to get gobbled up on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like Jaden Gimbel goes to the top. Warwick looking to take that position away, and Baker firing off and around the outside. Power move to gain the race lead back once again. That's going to give us our 11th lead change of the night amongst 6 different drivers. Baker leads Warwick and Blaney back in third. Jaden Gimbel going to look to the high side here, look to take that third spot away, and he's going to do so. Blaney in trouble. Blaney in trouble. Looks like a 2-tire stop is what got Blaney to the front, and he has already dropped 4 positions. Tyler Gentry going to make his way by. And that Boots and Buckshot Bass Pro Shops Trekker Boats number 7 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Gentry running well here tonight, back inside the top 5, trying to close back in on Gimbel and Warwick. They're going at it, hot and heavy action right here for second and third. And you know, if you are Matthew Baker, that's what you want to see. You want to see your fellow competitors mixing it up. You want to see them battling with each other, because if they're battling with each other, that means they're not battling you. Riding in the tire tracks of Warwick was Gimbel that time by through 1 and 2. They'll stay tucked in line down the backstretch and back into turn number 3. What does the 81 do? He'll stay right there, still running in those tire tracks. He's able to get back on the gas in the center of the corner a little bit quicker than Warwick, and Gimbel going to close right on in. Not make a move for that spot just yet. He is all over him, man, I'm telling you. Top 4, throw him under a blanket. I believe it's going to be just about a half a second separating your top 4 drivers, first through 4th. Your stage 1 winner continuing to lead here tonight. Warwick looking for a good finish. Can the Target 41 machine walk away with a podium spot here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway? Jaden Gimbel will not be denied. He's had multiple incidents here tonight. Trouble left and right on the track, but somehow, some way, keeping his elbows up, head down, and he is going back into a podium position. These top 3 slowly starting to pull away from the 7 of Gentry now. The Boots and Buckshot number 7 of Tyler Gentry looks to be lacking a little bit of the pace to stay with these top 3 drivers. When we cross the line next time by, we'll have 25 laps remaining here from Nashville Super Speedway. And a little bit more methodical approach this time for Gimbel. Looks like he's just kind of biding his time right now, waiting for that opportunity, waiting for that clean-cut, clear opportunity to snatch that second position away. Possibly eyeballing, maybe trying to do a 2-for-1 here at some point in time. But with Warwick utilizing that inside lane, running the bottom of the track in 1 and 2, mostly the bottom in 3 and 4, really cutting off the options for Gimbel. You know, somewhat forcing Gimbel to the high side. Somewhat saying that, you know, if you're going to get around me, go ahead. But you're going to have to do it the long way. You're going to have to make sure you got enough horsepower in that 81 to keep it wound up on the high side and work your way by. And for the moment, doesn't look like Gimbel's got the ponies underneath that hood. What a night of racing here at Nashville Super Speedway. We started tonight's race with 12 drivers. We have still got 10 of them running out there on the track. Just the 71 of Christopher Stang and Ryan Farrell listed down and out of tonight's race. Robert Shin was able to get himself back out on track. Continues to run out there a little bit off of pace, but still out there turning in some time lapse. The 77 of John Tiller, also heavy contact earlier here tonight, relegated him to pit road for quite an extended stay, and Tiller off of the lead lap running in 10th. And as the battle for the race lead dissipates just a little bit, let's go back. Let's check out your stage one winner here. Before that final caution flag flew there, Hagdahl was leading the race pretty, I don't want to call it easily, but he had the field in hand. For the moment, had the field in hand. Caution flag flew. He elected to come back down to pit road on the final lap. That pit road was open. Top off the fuel in that number 70 machine. So we'll have to wait to see what the fuel strategy is for the Swift home buyers. Number 70 of Eric Hagdahl. Will he be able to parlay the strategy into a race-winning performance and walk away with just his second victory of the season? Well, we'll find out here shortly. Just 20 laps to go. Meanwhile, back at the front, can Baker reel this thing in after walking away with a stage win? Dominating that opening round, that opening stage, every single lap led by that 26 of Matthew Baker. He led a handful of laps during stage number 2. And now that he's back at the front, he is not looking back any longer. Can Baker continue his good streak of consistency here? He's had 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s so far this season. Looking to make it another race win. Looking for his second race win of the season. And I mean, I guess that's not bad stats right there. 2 race wins. If he walks away with the checkered flag here tonight, 2 race wins, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s. That's consistency at its finest. And he will move a little bit further towards the front. Listed, I believe, in that 5th position overall in the point standings right now is Baker. So this could really boost his season. Really put him in a position to start just eyeballing those stage points, those playoff points that are out there and on the line and available week after week, just to give himself a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of a buffer zone when we do begin that playoff run here in just about 2 months is when we should see these drivers championship racing in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Warzik losing touch with Baker, but how about the battle for 3rd and 4th? Jaden Gimble has run the tires off. Gimble falls back to 4th. Tyler Gentry gonna put his Carroll's Sausage and Country Store Bass Pro Shop Tracker Boats number 7 machine up into a podium position. And there you can see that 88 working his way back up to speed, back onto the track. Whitaker listed multiple laps down. And Gimble's just out of pace. He is just out of gas in that thing. When I say out of gas, I don't mean literally out of fuel. He's just, the car's got nothing left. It's got nothing left. It looks like it fires off great on the short run, but it looks like the damage sustained here tonight really affecting that mid run, the long run pace, the long run speed for the 81 of Jaden Gimble. And you can see him, he's already beginning to fall back into the clutches of Wesley Jeanette and Jason Blaney. So Gimble going to be hard pressed to keep himself inside of your top 5. Tell you what, let's go back to race leader. Not much to see out there on the track. Not a whole lot of battles to be talked about. Just one battle, 4th and 5th now, as Wesley Jeanette has a run down Jaden Gimbel. Man on screen, 1.3 second advantage. Baker reeling in that checkered flag. And sticking with good sportsmanship, let's run back here and show you the battle between Jaden Gimbel and Wesley Jeanette. There you can see Jeanette all over the 81's rear deck lid right now, heading down into turn number 3, and Jeanette going to look to the high side, look for the power move on the 81. Ooh, closing the door, late exit. Drivers chasing each other all over the track. You would think this was the battle for the race lead on the last lap of the race, man. Wesley Jeanette, Jaden Gimbel going at it. Oh, and Gimbel gets up the track and into the outside wall. He's going to be off track here on the backstretch. Wesley Jeanette also an off-track excursion. And Gimbel going to go around stop on the track, and that will bring a caution flag out here with just 11 laps remaining. We've seen some of the action on track. No need to go to the replay here. With just 11 laps to go, 10 when we cross the line, this time by Matthew Baker, your race leader. That is not what he wanted to see. He wanted to see this thing continue green to the end of tonight's race. And now what do? Caution flag flies on lap 139. You've been out there since lap 115, so you've got about 15, 17 lap old tires. What do? Top 4 stay out on track. Jason Blaney, he's going to roll the dice and come to pit road. Remember, race fans, they've got plenty of tires. Started tonight's race with a set of tires on the car plus 5 more sets on pit road. 7th caution of the night. We've seen drivers take tires at the end of stage 1, the end of stage 2. Could we possibly see a handful of drivers with no tires? Could that be the issue? Moments ago I said, more than enough tires to get through tonight's race. But with ticking tires at the end of both stages, that's going to leave you just 3 sets to get to the end here tonight. We have had the majority of our cautions here in this final stage. We started the 100-lap rundown here in the final stage with only 3 cautions on the board, so we've seen the caution flag fly 4 times in this final segment. And I don't know. I don't think Baker or Warwick, they may not have any fresh sticker tires down there. There may not be any fresh tires in their pit box. If that's the case, that's a good reason to stay off of pit road. I mean, if you can't come get tires, why try to go get tires? Sounds a little ridiculous to me. All right, we've seen a short track shootout to end stage number 2. We watched Eric Hegdahl come from obscurity to lead the last handful of laps in stage number 2. Will we see it happen once again? Could possibly Tyler Gentry make his way around Warwick and Baker for the top spot? How about previous race winner Wesley Jeanette? He'll line up 4th on the track. Jason Blaney, he's yet to visit victory lane. And with 5 out of your top 7 spots going to previous race winners, Tyler Gentry and Jason Blaney find themselves in unfamiliar territory. Really, into the night, and I don't mean any disrespect when I say that. Into the night, 8 laps remaining with a shot for the race win. As a driver that's been here throughout this entire regular season so far, the chance and the opportunity doesn't come week after week for everybody out there on the track. So you got to take advantage of the opportunities when they're laid at your doorstep. Top 3 positions. Pretty much picked the same spots they'd line up. Outside lane call for Baker, and Warizik will go to the bottom. Tyler Gentry will line up in that natural third starting position. Wesley Jeanette just to his outside. Jason Blaney, Jaden Gimble still on the lead lap after big time trouble. The 81 going to restart in 6th with Eric Hegdahl, your last driver on the lead lap. Rounding out your top 7, Christopher Whitaker, 1 lap down. He's praying for a quick caution and a green-white checkered here tonight. We'll have to wait to see if that's how it all unfolds. But here we go. Pace car down and away, and to the restart box we roll, and green flag flies once again here from Nashville. Baker leads the field down into turn number 1. Here they all come. And he's still got that advantage, 2-3 car advantage working his way through 3 and 4. Everybody chasing after that 26 machine. They'll fan out down the backstretch, but nobody able to reel them in just yet. Looks like that battle is for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th position on track. We'll take a look. Oh, my goodness. Jaden Gimble nowhere to go because they're 3 wide in front of him. And Baker walking away right now. Matthew Baker walking away, 3/10 of an advantage. Up the racetrack goes the 7 of Tyler Gentry, and Gimble going to take over that 3rd spot. Here comes Eric Hegdahl. We said Hegdahl came from obscurity to win that short track shootout style end of stage number 2. And here he is once again, started back in 7th and now up to 4th. We've got 5 to go. This time by Jaden Gimble pops himself back into a 2nd position. Eric Hegdahl back into the podium spot, and here goes Gimble to the outside. This is playing right into Gimble's cards right here. And what happened to Baker? Baker with some big moment. Blaney up there leading the race now. We didn't even see what happened to Matthew Baker to lose that top spot, but now close battle between the 17 and the 81. Oh, I don't think we've seen the last of the fireworks here tonight, race fans. Top 2 side by side. Gimble, Blaney working off of turn 2 close. They touch halfway down the backstretch. Gimble stays to the top side. Blaney goes back to the bottom. We'll work our way through 3 and 4. Baker going to lose a position now. A lap car going around Matthew Baker back in the background. We do apologize. Sorry about that false advertisement there. Just 3 laps remain with Gimble at the front. Ooh, Jason Blaney all over him in that Swift Motorsports, in that Swift Home Buyers number 17. And a little bit of contact on the left rear. A little bit of contact. That's going to get the 81 a little squirrely and up the track. Here comes Eric Hegdahl down to the inside now. Jason Blaney able to clear with just 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks on display for the 17 of Jason Blaney. He's yet to get to victory lane. Will that be the race winning move? A little bit of contact. Somewhat of a bump and run on the tail end of that 81. And now Gimble going to slide back to 3rd. Back through 3 and 4 we go once again. Coming through turn 4, back to the restart box. The white flag is in the flag man's hand. White flag flies. Final lap. The 1 to go here in the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Brought to you by Pinkett Ford. It's the 1 to go. Down the backstretch for the final time. I don't think they're going to be close enough. Jason Blaney trying to bring it home. Trying to walk away with his first race win. He had to use a little bit of that front bumper, but we can't blame him. There it is. Blaney to the front through the tri-oval. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Checkered flag flies here at Nashville Superspeedway. Jason Blaney taking that top spot away. Job well done in that Swift Home Buyer 17 machine. Jason Blaney walks away with his first checkered flag of the season. Eric Hegtall going to finish out in second. Jaden Gimbel back in third. Baker going to recover and finish in fourth. And looks like we've got some post-race activity. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that one a little bit later. But I tell you what, race fans, let's go ahead and head to a brief commercial break. We'll get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of a crazy finish here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. We've seen some bumping and running. We've seen some beating and banging throughout tonight's race. But more importantly, we've seen a new race winner. That's right. You heard it right. And we're going to dive right on into it. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with first-time winner Jason Blaney. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Man, how you feeling inside of that 17 machine? It's got to feel good to finally park it in victory lane.
Yeah, man, it feels really good. It's been a really hard season for me. I've had a lot of light and a lot of darkness, but man, it just feels good to finally get one, and at a track that I honestly had no pace at early on in the week. Especially with the car being injured really early on stage one. I don't know where the speed came back, but I knew once I had the opportunity on the last caution that came out, I had one set of fresh tires, and I wasn't letting it slip out of my hands this time, man.
Well, we were going to ask about the contact with that outside wall a little bit earlier in tonight's race. How bad was the damage when you brought it to the attention of the crew?
I had 3 minutes and 41 seconds of damage. When I ended the race, I still had 2 minutes. So the car was hurt, but honestly, I guess the radiator wasn't hurt. I was still turning okay. I could tell down straightaway speed, I wasn't quite as fast as I needed to be, but cornering, I felt like I kept the distance small enough to be able to make the move. But it was pretty bad, to be honest. I just kind of tried to chip away at it every caution that came out, and I don't know, somehow I did just enough to be able to get pace and get it done, I guess.
Well, the cosmetic damage not enough to slow down those Swift home buyer horsepower engines for you and the rest of your crew. Good day for the Swift home buyers crew out there, but more importantly, a great day for you, as we've already said and mentioned. First race win of the season, so we won't keep you long. We'll let you celebrate the night away and enjoy this race win. But before we do all that, walk us through that final restart. Did you think you were going to be able to grab that top spot?
Man, honestly, I knew it was going to be me and my teammate Eric with fresh tires. I saw Gimbal come down. I don't know what he did, if it was damage repair from that last caution or if he grabbed a set or something. So I knew we had the pace overall. It was just, manage your passes, make them the right way. Don't get caught up in everybody, floating up the racetrack and all that. At that time, Eric was right behind me. He had the fresh car. He kind of stayed out of trouble most of the day. So I figured, if it was coming down to me and him, then he'd probably get the pass on me. But partially in my head, I knew if I just kept my head down and let the car do the work, me just trusting what I have in it, and just pick one by one off, maybe make some distance, which is what ended up happening in the end. I got it done. I had a battle with Gimbal a little bit towards the end, but I got spun by him early on the race. Once he passed me, I knew he had the better car. And Rubbin's racing, you got to give a bump and run for a win, especially he loves hard racing, so he's got to get it back sometimes. Either he's going to change his mentality or that's the way people are going to race him. So hopefully it changes it this time, but I'm just glad to come out on top.
All right. Well, we'll leave that one where it lies there. We're not going to, jump onto any sides or anything like that. So we'll keep ourselves nice and neutral here in the air conditioner. So with all that being said, my man, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the other race winning interviews and the rest of the celebrations planned here tonight for you and that 17 crew, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd obviously like to thank everybody that races with me and my teammates at Fueled Up Motorsports. We do so much work throughout the week trying to prepare and keep ourselves in the head of the game and keep our heads down and keep getting ourselves into a position for success. Obviously, our sponsors, Clark Heating and Cooling, Swift Home Buyers, ABN, Venue Radio. They all do incredible work for the support that they give us, and I'm fortunate of them every day. My dad and my brother watching your stream as we speak right now. Got to give them a shout out. They support me through good and bad and ugly, and finally I'm able to show them that it can be done. So.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, we hope this is the first of many more to come. Sometimes that first one is the toughest one to get. We'll see how the momentum plays out for you as we head to Road America next week. So a little bit of different racing action coming up for the race fans. But until then, my man, enjoy this race win. Stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave, for all you do, and I appreciate you. Have a good night.
All right, well, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man that walks away with his first checkered flag of the season. Jason Blaney parks it in victory lane. And just like that's gonna put a conclusion to the end of our post-race interviews here tonight. Declining comments is the 70 of Hegdahl, and Jaden Gimbal just shakes his head at us and walks on off, and we'll just leave it at that. Looks like drivers may be a little bit upset about how some of the night went here for him, but according to Blaney, Rubbin's racing, and that's how it goes down sometimes. A race winner. And I tell you what, if it was for my first race win of a season, it might get a little bump and run out of Dave in the Cave as well. So, with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and move right along. You can hear the producers hitting the buttons in the background, so you know that means it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from Nashville Super Speedway. Race 17 in the bags. And number 17, in victory lane, Jason Blaney walks away as your race winner, Eric Hegdahl. With a great finish, he'll walk away in second, rounding out your podium here tonight, your pole sitter, Jaden Gimble. Your stage 1 winner, Matthew Baker, comes up just a little bit short. The 26 machine will finish back and forth, and rounding out your top 5, the 41 of Jordan Warazik. Tyler Gentry back in 6th. Wesley Jeanette gonna finish 7th tonight. Christopher Whitaker back in 8th, with Robert Shin in 9th, and the 77 of John Tiller rounding out your top 10. 11th place tonight belongs to the 43 of Ryan Farrell, stand-in driver. Christopher Stang gonna walk away 12th. And that will do it for the 12-car field here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway. Thanks for watching the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Joining us here tonight from Nashville Super Speedway. As we said, next week we head to Road America just after the 4th of July holiday, so go ahead and mark it on your calendar. Tell you what, if you haven't already, go ahead, show these drivers some love and appreciation, drop that thumbs up, and well, you know you want to, so why don't you go ahead and join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Drop the drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back in the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you. And as the music fades out, we're gonna fade away as well. Let's roll up the cords, cut off the lights, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.